ready. Manza Tashi Shinga Lana Lakui Chandra Tsewe Jesa Tanya Tashi. Menja Shingale Penda Paji Pasansa, Tada Manji Chachi Jensin. Jinda Samba Male Yang Lame Kansa Sumjang Owenye Kasan Jawa Jansa Jesa Kamchan Chiji Jawa Sosim. Denjin Limbi Jala Zawanda Kunda Tanya Chinyi Ravar Toranganja Sanje Toparasha Zarin Sananda Dujeja Mondish Mubataisha Tada Penja Jazan Ravanga Jendraisha Dajala Zawande Sanje Kunga Chime Pemanja Sing Netuwe Tsanjelong Chenje Kangayan Satilanava Sondra Sandra Me Chenje La Dozandra Lana Chalanya Yata Dinya Ngondro Tenata Ngo Tumon Tepa Chi Ndata Nga Nambagi Tepa Tam Chiki Sawa Shilodon Namba Shia Tena Tanjir Nyakawa Tsemataba Legend Korwe Nimita Tanza Tena Kong the Shuba Inse Teneta Tenan Tumon Mayba Then takes in Donga Ninja Songdrag Lam Tene Japson Rawa Sim Japa Salsa Mandal Buata Tanzayan Tene Sheets of Inse did that Tene and two men knocking on the Anton and Donga knocking on the Tene Kirin Dandrawata Lama Sonam Rinpoche Tene Kiazo Sonda Devagona and Lama Sonam Rinpoche Antene that did some shoes and motor Jiram Teneta Mountain Mine Batene Lamen Angel Tene Mountain Basaportan Sobach and Potato Lamen Angel Image a kitchen for us that Tari Tene Lamen Angel Corn the dish sugars and then Tobata one leg.
So we've finished talking about the four thoughts that turn the mind to the Dharma, the precious human rebirth, the impermanence of life, the karma, cause and effect, and the faults of samsara. And these four thoughts that turn the mind to the Dharma are the door to entry into all the Buddhist paths of the higher and lower vehicles, and sutra and mantra, all in general. And then we've also finished talking about Refuge and Bodhicitta and Mandala offerings, which are the uncommon inner preliminary practices that the sutra and mantra share in common. And then we've also finished talking about the Vajrasattva recitation and meditation practice, which is especially for the secret mantra Vajrayana practice. And we talked about how to do this Vajrasattva practice for purifying negativity and obscurations, and how to do it with the unity of the creation and completion stage meditation. And then today we're going to talk about Guru Yoga, which is a practice that's very important, especially in highest Yoga Tantra, and even more especially in the Great Perfection tradition. And I'm going to talk about how to do the practice and how to receive the four empowerments.
Tenta, Donson Tunano Rinpoche, Ngondro, Lama Sonam Rinpoche, Dayans, Yu Chuni Tabla, Tab Nawatamba, Samji Mijapa, Kundu Sambu, Da Dayans, teacher, Yushin Sara, Yu Chuni Tab Nawatamba, Samji Mijapa, Then Kundu Sambu, Shirap, Tongshin, Kundu Sammo Garanshin, and Tusum Punjul Map, Namki Inji, Taleb, Sanji Kunji, Dudjom, and the Loba member Sungju Dorjechang, Jatala, Moanjura, Lama Sanji, Kusum Konares, Te Hakosan, Te Yanson Hakosan,
Yul Chuni Tap Nawadambas.
Oh, Te Kunda Sambores, Yul Chu Yarva, Yu Chul Samji Michel, the Data Mangapa Nawarava, Nawa, Tap Nawa, Nawa Tambas, and Nawa Te Eser, Te Tenu Kunda Sambores, Samji Michel, Kunda Sambo, Tap Shishir, Tap Kunda Sambo, Shigir Esity. 다 지금 뭐 그래서 뭐 싫어 동반이래서 나와 되고 뭐 동바 때 동바때 동바 섬지미죠 동바때는 동바 변동도 많이 봐 동바침 또 군도 성모가 랑신레스 임시라 군도 성모 랑신레스 다 대학교서로 됐다고 그때는 농동 송던 주관 소랑신데 뒤숨나던 본주름 요 말아서 남게 연 탈레베 Sanje tam chiji trode chewa chuji ingsanana chuji gu chibote te loba lamne la maimba sungju dorje changa kompangla tena dandarangarang so dre toba te kanda lama sanje drivu kusum jentangni tere ese
De Kundasum Sungjuki Gomham Top Tuvia di Logan Lama
Sungju te kana lama sanje tere ese te tobia la tena lama nanjo te nyamsane ese tata kosum
So Dungse Tinlin Norba Rinpoche, in his Ngondro commentary, Cascading Waterfall of Nectar, says that the Lama is the Buddha Vajradhara, the state of unity of Buddha Samantabhadra, who is the method or the sublime pure appearance of the nature of all objective phenomena, and the wisdom of the great emptiness of Samantabhadra's consort Samantabhadri. And this emptiness isn't a emptiness like a complete, like bare absence of anything, but it's the inconceivable great emptiness, and the unity of these two is Buddha Vajradhara, or the Lama, and the way we go about accomplishing this state is through the practice of Guru Yoga.
Sangye dubeta sandribut sutar tobata sangye nyangchen dubeta ese te dubeta nyamnen tamje namna lakparu tuwa zoba chimbo eke tena nyamnen tamje ka nyingbote lama tena sangye su dubeta ese ate hakoso.
So the ultimate goal or the ultimate result of practice is attaining the state of perfect Buddhahood, that's the only ultimate result. And then through this great perfection Guru Yoga practice, we're accomplishing the Lama, which is the same. And whatever creation or completion stage practice we're doing, the result that we're trying to accomplish is the essence of the Lama. So the Master Lord Gutsangpa said, although there's lots of different creation stage practices, there's nothing greater than meditating on the Lama. And although there's lots of completion stage practices, there's nothing higher than like totally, wholeheartedly giving, like, what to say, like totally, wholeheartedly with your heart, with your whole being, praying to the Lama and thinking like, oh, Lama, please think of me, and that kind of thing. Completely, wholeheartedly, completely sincerely with our body, speech, and mind together.
And then Lama to some sangye tam chich go song to yande tenen tam chich truva tam chen di de van de mong tata to some deva sanje marmenza mong ben sanje moba tata ka sanje shakya to van so to some je sanje tam chich go song to dorje chokji jawa sada chibek itene Jatsab Ravate, Guru Rinpoche res, Guru Rinpoche, Sanje Tamchen do, that's a Lama Oyen Rinpoche res.
So the Lama is the condensation of all the wisdom, body, speech, mind, qualities, and enlightened activities of all the Buddhas, and the condensation of all the Buddhas of the three times, like Buddha Dipamkara, the Buddha of the previous eon, and Buddha Shakyamuni, the Buddha of this current eon, and Buddha Mopataye, the Buddha of the future. And so the Lama is the condensation of all the Buddhas and all the Bodhisattvas, is the condensation of the Vajra, of the wisdom mind of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And this applies to the Lama and also to Guru Rinpoche.
Guru Rinpoche Simjan Tamje Latina, Sangje Shelanjan, Tukje Nyuva, Nyingje Cheva, Tap Tinan Sabekatin, Daniche, Tila Tenatin, the Twinning Capsula, Tena Conga, Tena Twinning Simjan Tatamjetin, Do Richard, Gurumbuche, Tene Karsam Gurumbache, Kong Lapa Me, Song Yores, this Nimegata, Tungegatene, Karsa Dongal Sriega Tapshe, Sanji Shelen Jampapa, Gurumbache, Kong Nimbata, Maranzo each and Gogo Yores.
In our Nyingma tradition, we say that Guru Rinpoche is sorry, not just in our Nyingma tradition, but really the way things are. The reality is that Guru Rinpoche is the Buddha whose compassion is the closest to us, whose enlightened activity is the quickest to reach us, who has the most profound methods for achieving liberation of all the Buddhas, of all the times and directions. And we really need to believe this. We really need to have confidence in this.
Lama then gum guyaras, then the carse Lama Dorches and Bandroina, take up and then Dorches and then Perang, then Perkaran Davek and then Rangi Chiwarlatin, Lama Dorches and Bayo, then the gum guyaras, then.
So when we're doing Refuge and Bodhicitta, we visualize Guru Rinpoche with the like lineage lamas going all the way up to Buddha Samantabhadra, like stacked up above his head. And then when we're doing the Vajrasattva recitation and meditation, we visualize the Lama in the form of Vajrasattva at the crown of our head, sitting on a lotus and moon seat.
Then the Guru Yoga Kapsanga, then Guru Rinpoche, then Rangandinj, Namkarche, Guru Rinpoche, then Tigetan and Thakur Latin, Chochin Java Sena Java Sasum Shiraramjang, Sasa Sanjay Chancha Sambatamjapa, Tom Saganach, Tom Satak, then the gum to not, then the gum Gogiares.
And then when we're doing Guru Yoga, we visualize Guru Rinpoche in the sky in front of us. And if we're able to, we visualize all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, all the peaceful and wrathful deities, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas throughout the universe. We visualize them all gathered there together like they're having a great meeting or something in front of us, surrounding Guru Rinpoche. And in the context of the Dharmakaya, Guru Rinpoche is the Dharmakaya Buddha, Amitabha, the Buddha, the embodiment of wisdom speech. And then in the context of the Sambhogakaya, he's the noble being, Chenrezi or Avalokiteshvara, the embodiment of the Buddha's compassion.
Trukutene, Kapsulantene, Truku Shakjatuba.
And then in the Nirmanakaya context, he is Buddha Shakyamuni.
Then Konga Trine, then a mom and the Jagatonda, then a Sanji Shakjatava Ranga long, then a Tekunyang and the Karatene, Dajambanam Jinata, Chenyang and Dana, then they check it in the church. Sama Maji Chu Samu Soma Tanda Tena Sinjana Tanda Tene Death Mother Soma Tende Ma Sevo Song Yomare Tene Chu Tanda Sugi Songres Tena Shures Rajamanji Te Shudi Te Shubal Tena Tene Sanji Shaja Tavasana Tene Chiranza Te Simdringo Mare Nanyang Tene Angaya Potringa Matolo Chungi in again, then Regenetana Con, Sanji Shakatava Conantana, Tuga Pemanjonetanamara, Trueco Tene, Pemanjonegatin, Kusus Tenetene, the Sangatas Tena Mount Bessinjana, Sanga Pe Jachambo Songi Inse, the kind of Sangagacha, the Sanji Mijavatene, Sachambores, then tea, and so the theatre. Tiang and Duncan Tomba Tianton, Tomoma Pape, Zujes, Chinetin, Tendechenetin, around the Pema Pops, Ramaching, Kona Shukta, Tendechen, Tron, Tendechenetin, Tigitan, Sangagacha, Sam Minjava Dungi, Song Tendechen, Song Tate, Kayasanatena, Shajatova Tene, the Trubeku Shajatova Tene, Gurumbocha, the Shajatova, then Gurumbocha Namtru. So Gurumbocha, the Shajatova Namtru, then they Manzu Social Maracona, Sanjagin, long Mambono, then the Yoras, long Chigni Mare, then the Yarati, Tetartares, Tilatenetan, Gurumbocha, Sanjatam, Chicken Diva, then the Tataga Sanjatan, Sanja Shajatavat, Newsme Pateres.
And Buddha Shakyamuni, when he was about to pass into parinirvana, some of his arhat disciples asked him, since you only taught a little bit of the secret mantra teachings to a few people during your lifetime, in the future, who will teach the secret mantra teachings? And so the Buddha Shakyamuni gave a prophecy that in the future he would appear again and teach the secret mantra teachings in a very vast way. And he said that because the secret mantra teachings are inconceivably precious, then the teacher of these teachings will also be an incredible being who's born through magic, who appears magically instead of being born from a womb or something. And so he said he would appear in the form of Guru Rinpoche in the future to teach the secret mantra teachings. And so Guru Rinpoche is actually an emanation of Buddha Shakyamuni. And Guru Rinpoche Sago Yars, the Monayatana, Saveta, Shir, Ranindo Zenanjon Donkar, Savelana Ben, Kurshin Juos, and Mandataneta, teacher the Tina Rangalu, Tamal Pandimayam, but the Rangalun Tamal Pachin, Gurumbachugana Mendrivata, Kayamata, then send the Nila tenants, Nosum Tatanus. Choking out of the watching but towards Sanje, Sanjaban, then kinds and that 10 day Liland in the top of some chairs, so nothing. Ranitene,
Dudjom Tersar Ngondro Yishitso Jara, Dudjom Tersar number Salna, Rangu phowa Mayan Pate, Yishitso Jara, the Gurumbacha Soma, Tomo Mayan Patena, Seja Legilatin, Ulus to Pateriatina, Tiga Tendelatin, Rania Sendelayatin, Sanjako Compoto, Tendege, Titinatin, Rani, Dudjom Tersar Masago Yaras.
So we visualize Guru Rinpoche in the sky in front of us, and as the text says, oneself is transformed into Vajrayogini, and in the sky in front, the root Lama of great kindness appears in the form of Padmasambhava. So it's fine to visualize yourself as you're in your ordinary form, but here we're supposed to visualize ourselves as Vajrayogini because, as the saying goes, if you make the auspicious connection with your body, realization will arise in your mind. So, in order to accomplish Buddhahood in this life and this body, we visualize ourselves as Yeshe Tsogyal or Vajrayogini, who accomplished Buddhahood in one life and one body and attained the body of light. And so we visualize ourselves in this form in able to make this auspicious, in order to make this auspicious connection for accomplishing Buddhahood in this very life and in this very body.
Tora number Shamyan Tota than the dead, then I should show what then Tender Marsa Chemo, Rubega Jan, Toga Jamba, Rubega Regen Jamba, Tendecha, then Marsa Tenecha, Uta Mas, Silvo Cheta, Tender, then Che Yadam Chema, Sucheta, Tendegatan, Chetene, Grunchman, Locking Sector, Ringbits and Jetan, Gurumbachi, Yetene.
So you have to visualize yourself as Vajrayogini, red in color, standing on a seat of a lotus, a sun disk, and a corpse, and and Kangvanichala and Vajrayogini's legs are both standing on the ground, but not right together, but like spread apart a little bit, but standing up evenly on both feet. Sorry, not evenly actually. Like standing on one leg, or one leg is a little tiny bit bent. And so then she's wearing all the bone ornaments, and half her hair is tied up and half of it is flowing down, and she's holding a Drigu curved knife in her right hand and a skull cup full of blood in her left hand. And she's holding the Drigu curved knife up in the sky, and she's holding the skull cup full of blood at her hip. And her eyes are gazing out at Guru Rinpoche with a very like looking out into the sky in front of her, looking at Guru Rinpoche with a very like longing gaze. And then, like I already mentioned before, in the sky in front of you, you visualize the embodiment of all the Buddhas, the Lama, appearing in the form of Guru Rinpoche. And Guru Rinpoche is in the sky in front of you, sitting at the level of the crown of your head. And he's sitting on a tall and wide, very expansive throne held up by 8 lions. And he's wearing like God realm clothing. And he's sitting on stacked up seats of a lotus, a sun disk, and a moon disk. And again, he's the Lama, the embodiment of all the Buddhas, and he's sitting there appearing in the form of Guru Rinpoche. And Guru Rinpoche's body is white in color with a little bit of reddish glow to it. And he's youthful as like an 8-year-old. And he's really glorious and impressive and blazing with light. And his eyes, which look upon all, and his eyes, which look upon all beings with love and compassion, are looking directly at us, and his face is smiling. And he's holding a 5-pointed Vajra at his heart. And in his left hand, he's holding a skull cup in his lap full of Dutsi nectar, and there's a long life vase inside of that with a wish-fulfilling tree sprouting from it. And he has a Khatvanga or trident resting in the crook of his left elbow, and this represents his hidden consort Mandala.
Kugan Nangla Namza Dorjega Sangha Karbo.
And the clothes he's wearing, his inner garment or sangha is white. And outside of that, he's wearing a and he's outside of that, he's wearing a like a blue ngakpa robe. And then he's wearing a red Dharma robe with golden designs on it.
So, preaching one can do, non segment souls, teach a lot of sabers, nothing to
cloaks
Ching dot, Congru and Dagan,
and the
Marmuk.
and outside of that, he's wearing a maroon cloak.
Ulan them the Shavinian. Ulas the Ujim Pension Shavinian.
Showing.
That the tongue rolls and integrated.
And on his head, he's wearing his liberation upon seeing lotus hat.
Then the Shamin Jawa wrote up.
And his two legs are in the royal posture.
Satan Zambakar say, Yen, the Yen Nanglakom, Yan Ted Chilla Jam Chindo, the Angurum. Candidate Ye Jam, Ye Jam, Yan Nanglakom.
And this posture is like how the Guru Rinpoche statue here is sitting with the left leg drawn in and the right leg in front of it.
Oh, yeah, Tati. Shinda Tangbe, Kulatrima Mebe, was a Thai Patrova.
And his form is extremely bright and clear, and inconceivable or immeasurable light rays radiate out from it. Pristine. So his form is pristine and radiant with light rays. And flawless. Like or stainless, you could also say. And his form is like really vividly blazing with glorious light. And his speech is resounds with the sound of the Dharma. It's the Dharma speech with the 60 qualities, and there's a word in Tibetan that describes his speech, and it's hlene, but it's hard to
peace.
But it means it's very peaceful, and also that all sentient beings can understand exactly what they need to from it. And his wisdom mind is the profound and secret non-duality, or wisdom, or the wisdom of knowing love and power. And his single form pervades all the realms and Buddha fields of all the 10 directions. And in every hair follicle on his body, there's also an inconceivable number of, like an inconceivable arrangement of Buddha fields and Pure Lands. So we have to pray and supplicate to Guru Rinpoche, thinking that the embodiment of all the objects of refuge really is sitting right here in front of us. And we have to think that just by visualizing Guru Rinpoche, all of our ordinary perceptions just cease right in their own place. So that's how we have to visualize Guru Rinpoche. So we have to visualize and meditate on Guru Rinpoche with really firm conviction that Guru Rinpoche really is here in front of us, and then we will receive the blessings of Guru Rinpoche really being here in front of us. But if we practice with doubt, then the blessings won't enter into us.
tene chana tene da ngurum bachan gom tene tuzum sanje malin dewa ka tsawe lama chala sawa ndeche parta sun tuje san tuzum genche marmar chenje lo sata tene tuzum sanje tam sejo kusum tu yonde tene mali bega tene damni chen ranga chenche tsawe lama tela tene sawa tseche ka tamne tene na tsen dedan chima pardo sundu tene tuje se sene tene ranga lo nyang chang sum tene lo linke kene tene yi che begon tene sawa tapure se.
So, the complete embodiment of all the Buddhas of the 3 times, Supreme Root Lama, I pray to you, in this life, subsequent lives, and between lives, hold me with your compassion. May your blessings flow unceasingly throughout the 3 times. We have to pray to the Lama, who's the embodiment of all the Buddhas of the 3 times, all the wisdom, body, speech, mind, qualities, and activities of all the Buddhas. And we pray to our Supreme Root Lama, and we pray to them that in this and in future lifetimes and in the intermediate state, so at all times, may you hold me with your compassion.
Rang tenji jamne rangi tene karsa jamne koncho kundu tene talam tanga tsawe lama tanga lama tene katin cheshi re se te katin chebe tetan tene rangi tenje pama ranglen kebeke yondenche namna mugu pa mayimpa ranglen memba namna kedu sapa mayimpa te lunga yi sumjum kuncho tang tsendere tene shen tene rangi lunga sunkuba tene chatsana tene tsendeta mra ngajal ji tene ngajal segata karasana ngayi samgata ngajarwa ngajal ji tsini ngala chodun zen seten ngarayi sambata ngajara tegi tene nyembo tene chatse gogo yorese chatsawa ngaja nyembo chatsawa tene chatsawa tene yela dumba yara chatsawa tene chobambuwa tene shakpa chewa dikdong nyam chatam che shakpa chewa choba shakpa tene sakche samay gewa la jese yerwa tene chungur kowa sowan tepang gewe shinya nama tene gewa shin simche tamche la ngowa tanto tene yinla dun barwa ate yinla dun kone tene lamin nenchakri kapsa tene tambo tene tusum sanje malin duwe te tsawe lama chala sowan te deche parta sundu tusum jinchi maba chingi lausa ta tele di yinla dunda yamarta tene mipa tene tusum sanje malin tsawe lama chala sowan deche parta sundu tusum jinchi la chasa tene ane chana chate sa sanko gaya resa tele chasa hakosa.
And so if you're doing this practice in an extensive or elaborate way, then at this point you do prostrations along with the 7-branch prayer. And you do prostrations as the antidote to pride, this pride or arrogance, this feeling or thought that like I'm the best, this kind of thing. We do prostrations as an antidote to this, and we do this along with the 7-branch prayer. The first one of the 7 branches is prostrations, and then there's offering and confession and rejoicing and requesting the Buddhas to teach and requesting the Buddhas to remain, and dedicating the merit. So when we recite this prayer here, the complete embodiment of all the Buddhas of the 3 times, Supreme Root Lama, I pray to you, in this life, subsequent lives, and between lives, hold me with your compassion. May your blessings flow unceasingly throughout the 3 times. Even though this prayer doesn't mention all of the 7 branches, at this point when we recite this prayer, we have to accumulate some prostrations and think in this way. And so when we're doing these prostrations, first we put our hands like this, with our hands like a lotus blossom, or like a And when we touch our hands to our head, we think that all our body's obscurations are purified. And when we bring our hands to our throat, we think that all our obscurations of speech are purified. And when we bring our hands to our heart, we think that all of our mental obscurations are purified. And then we touch our forehead and our 2 hands and our 2 knees to the ground. And so touching these 5 points to the ground, we're purifying our 5 poisons of desire, anger, ignorance, jealousy, and pride. And doing prostrations in this way is something that the sutra and mantra tradition share in common, this 5-point prostration. And then extending your body out flat, like extending your arms out in front of you and laying your body out flat. This is called like a extended prostration. And this is the special mantra style prostration that's found in the Drime Shakya, like the stainless confession tantra and other tantras. And this kind of prostration is more difficult to do, so they say that it also purifies more obscurations. In general, prostrations are very important. And they also have inconceivable benefits. And they talk about it in the sutra. By doing prostrations in your next life, you'll have a good complexion. And you'll be good looking. And people will have higher regard for you, or they'll trust your words. And you'll be able to overpower your retinue. And you'll be praised by gods and humans.
Lama Lama
And you'll have good friends, or you'll associate with sublime beings. Like you'll have good friends and who will associate with the sublime lamas and things like that. And even in this life, also you'll become more impressive and glorious. And you'll have more material enjoyments. And by purifying the obscurations of body, speech, and mind, all of our illnesses and obscurations and obstructors will be pacified. And we'll have longer lives. And everyone will like us. And we'll also have mental happiness, and will receive blessings. And our wisdom will increase. And in our next lifetime, we'll be able to achieve liberation or be reborn in the higher realms. So that was prostrations, and then the next of the 7 branches is offering. And offering is the antidote to stinginess. And we make offerings of all kinds of things that we actually possess, and also mentally emanated offerings. And we make these offerings to Guru Rinpoche, who's the embodiment of all objects of refuge, and also to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas surrounding him. The benefit of making offerings is that we'll perfect the accumulations, and the end result of gathering the accumulations is attaining the state of perfect Buddhahood. And in up until the point when we attain the state of Buddhahood, also we'll be able to experience all the material enjoyments of gods and humans. And everyone will like praise and say nice things to you and make offerings to you. And then the third of the 7 branches is confession or purification, and this is the antidote to anger. And ourselves and all sentient beings confess and purify our obscurations, our negativities with great regret. And it's the same as how it was described in the context of the Vajrasattva recitation and meditation practice. You have to do the confession and purification with the 4 powers. And the benefit of this, of confession and purification, is that in future lifetimes we won't be reborn in the lower realms. And it's also the cause for being reborn in the higher realms and ultimately attaining the state of Buddhahood. And then fourth is the antidote to jealousy or envy, and it's rejoicing. We have to rejoice in the good qualities and happiness and everything that other beings experience. Envy is a really serious problem for all of us, but if we're able to abandon envy, really give up on having that emotion, then the merit that we gain from that has no limit or measure at all. And then the fifth of the 7 branches is requesting the Buddhas to turn the wheel of Dharma, and we request them to turn the wheel of Dharma again and again, and this is the antidote to ignorance.
Then the pain, then chubong lengan sabaga tripatamja, thousand, seratamja, then shirap chimbo, then yin lapper the yin nawa, ye, then tambega chun zenchi, shin simjala, then ranga tambega chun tamba, then the sanjaga combat topper chip, then the rest of pain. The pain, then. Chubang lengan socks, Yara, Chula, Katang and the Chubang as order. Then the Tunzota, Tunzoga lengan saba, Chubang lengan tamji, Sabi, Dita tamja Tagare, then the Ryan, then Shirap, the Ishinawa Jigres, Shirap Chamba, Ishinawa Jigres, then the Timay Baranget in it. Tambega chugan zun zimba, Akoswa, then Shelaya chutamba, then the chigres.
And the benefit of requesting the Buddhas to turn the wheel of Dharma is that we purify all of our negative karma that we've accumulated through abandoning the Dharma or criticizing the Dharma, and also it has the benefit that our intelligence and wisdom will increase greatly, and we'll be able to hold the treasury of the Dharma and be able to teach the Dharma to other beings.
Tiget pain, shit, oh, yeah, oh, young element of shocks us out, Lotta in Yambo Rebe, Lotta Trubat, and Lotta Jumbo and Yambo, then the young element over ten, Sanjita chances, Shinkam, Shanda Shandamana, Shinkam Della Sanjita chances, give a sim change turns in it, young element of so and the pares. Core Matong, compared the young element of Samjit, Tun Simjan Tamjit, Tun Jichit, and the shocks of sauce, so what up. They take a pain, said Tonga, the Twimaya Chivala Soba, that the Tamji Shigres.
And then the 6th of the 7 branches is requesting the Buddhas to remain. So, we request the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to remain in this Buddha field and not pass on and go to some other Buddha field or Pure Land, but to remain here and to stay and work for the benefit of sentient beings in this realm. And this is the antidote to wrong view. Penyon Karisonso. The Penyon Karisonso.
Oh, dig a pen, she got under the shate. Sailing with the Shemas. Oh, yeah, did a pen, sailing water. Do you know Chiwan Jumba? And he might be Chiwan Jumba.
And requesting the Buddhas to not remain and not pass into parinirvana in this way has the benefit of making it so that we have a long life and won't die unexpectedly before our time. And again, this is the antidote to wrong view.
Interesting. Dimba Kasi. Tetsum.
And then the seventh of the 7 branches is dedication, and this is the antidote to doubt.
Ten simchen tam shiga tanda ten simchen chokreba tayi mayimba simchen tam che tanda ten gewe ka tsawa ranga tuwa teta jang ten tse ndiga tanda mayimba tse ndeta chima chipo tsamda mayimba tse ndi ranga tanda mayimba ten simchen tam shiga tanda ten mawa ta manam yang tapa chawa ten mawa rawa ten bang mawa.
And so for the 7th one, dedication, we dedicate the merit not just for our own benefit or not just for the benefit of the sentient beings we like or feel close to, but with complete impartiality, we dedicate for the benefit of all sentient beings. And also, we dedicate our merit not just for benefit in this lifetime, but we dedicate it to the goal of attaining perfect Buddhahood.
Lama Nanjar Latin, Lama Nanjar Latin, Parti Shiva, then Chu Rangichu, Beyish and Drupa, Chuda, Samba East and Drupa Chuatan, Lama Nanjar, Kitan Golatin, then the Yellow Dimber on the Chalse. Changunan say a subject, Yellow Dimber, Digger Caps of the and Changbum said.
So we do prostrations along with the 7-branch prayer at the beginning of Guru Yoga in order to pacify all obstacles and to make it so that we can accomplish the practice as we desire. And so really at the beginning of Guru Yoga, this is the point where we're really supposed to do 100,000 prostrations.